Gabby Hayes, born George Francis Gabby Hayes on May 7, 1885 in Stannards, New York, became one of Hollywood's most cherished character actors. Unlike the rugged, bearded old-timer he would portray on screen, Hayes had a comfortable, middle-class upbringing. His early life was far removed from the dusty Western towns he would later become famous for, as he was the son of a hotel owner. Before entering the world of film, Hayes pursued several careers, including professional baseball and engineering, before eventually finding his true passion in vaudeville. Together with his wife, Olive E. Ireland, he toured the country performing comedic sketches, music, and comedy. His success on the stage set the stage for his eventual transition into film, which would bring him international recognition and cement his legacy as an iconic figure in Western cinema. Hayes' early career in Hollywood. Hayes' Hollywood career began in the early days of the talkies, where he appeared in various small roles, often portraying villains or minor characters in Westerns. It wasn't until the mid-1930s that Hayes found his true calling in the genre of films that would make him a household name, Westerns. His breakthrough role came as Wendy Halliday, a comedic yet endearing sidekick to Hopalong Cassidy, played by William Boyd. The character of Wendy was soon rebranded as Gabby, a gruff, lovable old-timer, full of homespun wisdom and quick wit. Hayes' portrayal of the character, complete with his bushy beard and slow-talking demeanor, became a signature role, one that fans of all ages would come to adore. Despite being far from this persona in real life, Hayes' natural charm made Gabby a beloved figure in American cinema. A new identity, Gabby Whitaker. In 1939, following a salary dispute with Paramount Pictures, Hayes transitioned from the role of Wendy to Gabby Whitaker at Republic Pictures. Although the name change was purely a formality, the character's essence remained the same. Gabby Whitaker was another variation of the same endearing sidekick, who brought humor, warmth, and charm to each film he starred in. During this period, Hayes starred in over 40 films with Republic Pictures, earning recognition as one of the most beloved sidekicks in Western cinema. His chemistry with leading men like Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, and John Wayne helped define his career. Hayes' performances were not just limited to comedic roles. He also displayed his range as a more serious, tough character, particularly in his collaborations with Wayne, where he portrayed both sidekicks and tough figures. Partnership with Roy Rogers. One of the most iconic partnerships in Western film history was between Gabby Hayes and Roy Rogers. Hayes appeared alongside Rogers in 44 films, and their on-screen partnership became a defining element of the genre. Their chemistry was undeniable, with Rogers playing the heroic cowboy and Hayes providing comic relief as the grizzled sidekick. Despite their different backgrounds, Rogers, the clean-cut singing cowboy, and Hayes, the scruffy, weathered old-timer, the duo became inseparable on screen. Hayes once reflected on their working relationship, noting that Rogers wasn't just a cowboy hero on screen, he was a man of real decency and integrity. Their friendship and professional respect grew naturally over time, and their mutual admiration made their performances feel genuine. Hayes credited Rogers with teaching him patience, while he, in turn, showed Rogers how to enjoy the rough edges of life. The chemistry behind the camera. Behind the scenes, the relationship between Hayes and Rogers was grounded in mutual respect and a shared sense of humor. Hayes admired Rogers for his professionalism and good-natured attitude, recalling how Rogers would keep everyone's spirits up, even in the toughest filming conditions. "Roy never complained," Hayes once said. "He stayed cheerful even when we were sweating in the heat, and would crack a joke or start humming a tune just to keep the crew smiling." The two men shared a bond that transcended their on-screen roles, and Hayes always viewed Rogers as a symbol of American values: honesty, hard work, and family. Despite their occasional creative disagreements, their relationship remained strong, built on a foundation of genuine friendship and respect for one another's work. For Hayes, Rogers was the epitome of the kind of man the public needed to believe in. Gabby Hayes, the beloved sidekick. Gabby Hayes became an institution in the Western genre, not just as a sidekick, but as a character who brought depth and humanity to the genre. While many saw him as the humorous old-timer, Hayes was also capable of portraying more complex, serious roles. his talent extended beyond the Western genre, as evidenced by his appearances with legendary actors such as John Wayne and Randolph Scott. However, it was his role as the sidekick in the Roy Rogers series that defined his career. Hayes wasn't just a supporting actor. He was a crucial part of the films, providing heart, humor, and a sense of authenticity that made his character unforgettable. He was so beloved that after his time as a film actor, he transitioned to television, where he introduced a new generation of viewers to his warm, comedic persona on The Gabby Hayes Show. The Gabby Hayes Show, a new chapter. In the early 1950s, Hayes expanded his career to television with The Gabby Hayes Show, where he introduced old Western films to a new generation. This program not only gave fans a chance to revisit Hayes' classic performances, but also allowed him to connect with young viewers directly. Hayes' charm, wit, and warmth shone through as he shared stories from his films and connected with children, becoming a mentor of sorts to a whole new audience. His TV show helped bridge the gap between the golden age of Hollywood and the emerging television era, ensuring that his influence would continue even as Westerns began to fade from the big screen. Through this show, Gabby Hayes left an indelible mark on the cultural landscape, expanding his reach beyond the silver screen. A rare reflection. Gabby Hayes speaks on Roy Rogers. Despite his long career in Hollywood, Gabby Hayes rarely spoke about his relationships with other stars. However, in his later years, he broke his silence about Roy Rogers, revealing the deep respect and admiration he had for his friend and co-star. Hayes described Rogers as more than just a cowboy hero, and highlighted the sincerity and decency that Rogers carried off-screen. What you saw in those pictures, the courage, the humility, the smile that could disarm the toughest outlaw, that was all Roy, Hayes said. He noted that while they came from different backgrounds, Rogers, the polished, clean-cut singer, and Hayes, the rugged, scruffy sidekick, their partnership worked beautifully. Hayes credited Rogers for his understanding of what audiences wanted, from the action-packed scenes to the lighter musical moments that made their films beloved. Legacy of friendship and film. The collaboration between Roy Rogers and Gabby Hayes wasn't just a professional partnership. It was a genuine friendship. Their bond was one of mutual respect, built on years of working together and a shared understanding of what made their film so special. Hayes appreciated Rogers' ability to keep the set lighthearted and positive, even during the toughest days. The duo's legacy lives on in their films, where their camaraderie and genuine connection are evident in every scene. Hayes often spoke fondly of Rogers in his later years, always with admiration. Even when asked about the creative disagreements they occasionally had, Hayes viewed those moments as part of what made their collaboration so special. Their partnership wasn't perfect, but it was real, and that authenticity resonated with audiences for generations. The final years of Gabby Hayes following the loss of his wife, Olive E. Ireland, in 1957, Hayes entered a quieter period of his life. The grief of losing his lifelong companion affected him deeply, and he retreated to his ranch in Tuca Lake, California, a place that had once been filled with joy and memories of his film career. The ranch offered Hayes a peaceful escape from the busy Hollywood life, allowing him time to reflect on the years of friendship, hard work, and laughter that had defined his career. In the late 1960s, Hayes' health began to decline, and in early 1969, he was hospitalized due to complications from cardiovascular disease. Despite his illness, those who visited him recalled his characteristic warmth and humor. Hayes remained grateful for the life he had lived and the opportunities Hollywood had given him, even as he faced the frailty of old age. The passing of a legend. Gabby Hayes passed away on February 9, 1969, at the age of 83. His death marked the end of an era for fans of Westerns and for the countless people who had been touched by his work. Hayes' portrayal of the grizzled sidekick, filled with humor, loyalty, and heart, had become an integral part of the Western genre. His contribution to film and television is immeasurable, and his legacy lives on through the many fans who continue to appreciate his work. Hayes may have been known as the sidekick, but to those who knew him and watched his films, he was a true star in his own right, a man of integrity, humor, and deep respect for those he worked with. His films with Roy Rogers and other Western legends continue to inspire audiences today, reminding us of the timeless values of loyalty, friendship, and humor.